Hey guys, today we're going to try out a new recipe for protein pancakes. I kind of tend to mess with recipes, so I'm not the best at following one, but I did look one up on bodybuilding.com, and so that's what I'm kind of going off of today, but I'm also making a little bit of edits to it, depending on what I like, what I can find at the store, etc. So I'm going to take you through that. That way if you want to make some protein pancakes for yourself, you can. And then what I'll do is at the end, in the description box, I'll go ahead and leave the nutrition facts there for you so that you can see kind of what you're getting and if you want to modify stuff, things like that. So I've set out all my ingredients. I went ahead and did that ahead of time so that you guys could see. I've got here my vanilla protein. I buy this from NutriShop. It's the Pro7ein Synthesis brand, but that's the only vanilla I have in my cabinet right now. I tend to stick to chocolate proteins, and so for the pancakes, you probably want vanilla. I don't know. I could have experimented and done chocolate, but I thought I'd stick kind of close to the recipe. I also here have a little bit of the Sweet Spreads coconut butter, and I have this one in the chocolate brownie. So we will still get a little bit of a hint of chocolate in there, even though it's not with the protein powder. I'm going to set these here so we can see them all. Then I've got 6 eggs, 6 just regular large eggs. We're also going to need 2 egg whites, so I'll go ahead and pull those out. I also thought about cooking with muscle egg, but again, I'm trying not to alter the flavor too much. For those of you who don't know, there's also a company called Muscle Egg who makes egg whites. They're double pasteurized. Here's my carton currently. I'm into the caramel chocolate. It's delicious. So I'm kind of going to decide as we go. I don't know whether I want to use the unflavored or the muscle egg. But this is great. These are double pasteurized, like I said. So what that means is you can actually drink this raw, or raw, if you will, without cooking it, and you won't get sick. It just tastes like milk, like chocolate milk, or in this case, chocolate caramel milk. Several different flavors. Fabulous for cooking. Fabulous for mixing in with your oatmeal in the morning. I do that all the time. Then I've also brought out my canister of oatmeal. We're going to use that to kind of mix up our batter. I'm going to add in a little bit of pumpkin. Now this is weird. This is just for texture, and I'm not going to add very much. Probably just a couple spoonfuls. This is the 100% pure, if you look right here, pumpkin. If you get the pumpkin pie filler, you're totally blowing it because it's got tons of sugar in it. So keep to the ones with no sugar. I've got some cinnamon. I've got a banana. It's looking a little green, which I'm not too fond of, but it's the only banana they had, so here we are. And then this little gem carries sugar-free maple syrup. This is really cool because really and truly when we make pancakes, the thing that makes them taste like pancakes instead of bread or cakes is the syrup. However, syrup will totally blow the whole thing as well. I even looked to see, I remember when I was a kid and my parents and we used to make Eggo waffles in the morning. We would always use the light syrup that, I can't remember who makes it. It's microwavable though. Has a little handle and a little microwave sign, tells you when it's done. And the light syrup had 25 grams of sugar. So that is horrendous, and I didn't want to go there. So anyways, let's start off. The first thing it tells us to do is preheat the pan to 300 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and do that while we do the rest of this stuff. I have this new discovery that is one of the greatest things of all time. I'll show you. Come look. I just got kind of endorsed, or I don't know what you want to call, by Leaner Creamer. And it is my new favorite thing. So if you'll look here, this is what the packaging looks like. It's really old school. It comes in a little glass bottle. Looks like an old milk tin. And it's an alternative to a coffee creamer. So it's called Leaner Creamer. It's made primarily from coconut powder, so it has a little bit of a coconut taste, but it's vanilla flavored. So it's a vanilla flavored creamer. Bonus though, it has no dairy in it. So for people like me, I'm sensitive to dairy. I can't have it. This is fabulous, and wait for it, this is the best part. It's an appetite suppressant. So you throw it in your coffee, which already helps me with my appetite. But then on top of that, it's got a appetite suppressant with your coffee, tastes like vanilla, low calorie, no sugar, no fat, no milk, It's fabulous. So this is called Leaner Creamer. There's the little lid. Oh, there's the little lid. So if you guys want this, you can go online actually to leanercreamer.com, and you can actually, I have a code. You can just type in Chandler Elizabeth Fit, all lowercase, just like my YouTube name, and they'll give you a discount. So it's awesome, and really and truly, they have a monthly subscription, but I bought 2. Well, I didn't buy 2. They sent me 2, and it's going to take me forever to get through them. Like, they're going to last forever, so it's fabulous. So if that's something you're interested in, I don't get anything out of that. I love the product. I thought I'd share. All right, so we're going to put our eggs in, all 6 of them. Okay, we have our 6 eggs. So instead of the coconut flakes, which I do not have because the store did not have them, I'm going to put in a little bit of the pumpkin, the pure pumpkin here out of the can. So I'm going to go ahead and add to my mix 1/4 cup of pumpkin. And we're going to mash it up once we get it inside the mix, because it does call for a mashed up banana, so we'll do that. Okay, now we're going to pour in our 2 egg whites. I went ahead and used the unflavored just for Pancake's sake. And it calls for 1/2 cup. That equals 2 egg whites. So add those in. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put this here in the blender for just a second, this mix that we've already got going. Our mix here. Alright, I'm going to pour it back into my little mixing pan that I was using. I'm definitely going to want my pancakes to be fluffy, like if I'm taking the time to do this. So I'm going to use 2 scoops of the protein powder. Kind of level them off with the scooper and toss them in. I'm going to heat this up for about 10 seconds so it gets nice and warm, and so that if you have ever looked at these, the oil kind of sits on top, and so you've got to get it to the underneath side to melt a little bit so that you can put it all. So take the lid off. I'm going to throw that in for about 10 seconds. We're going to toss in our cinnamon. I'm just going to dash some in here. You can always add more on top later. And then we're going to, I put in my protein powder. Been 10 seconds here on the coconut, so I'm going to throw a little bit of this in. I'm only using 2 tablespoons of this. So we're going to stir it so that we can get down to the bottom as well and not just get everything that's on the top. Now we're just going to stir that in till we get a nice little pancake dough consistency. We'll see how they come out. Here we go. Pancake number 1 is almost done. Just cooking it on the other side real quick. So I'm going to cook the rest of these up before I show you, and then we'll have our finished product.
2 hours later.